There comes a moment in life when everything seems to fall apart, when the people you trusted walk away, when the plans you made crumble, and when your dreams feel like they're fading into the distance. It's in that moment, when you're standing at the edge of your strength, that a quiet voice inside you whispers, "It's not over until I win." Because it's not over when you lose. It's not over when you fail. It's not over when others doubt you. It's only over when you give up on yourself. You see, the world doesn't hand victory to the ones who start strong. It rewards those who refuse to stop. Success doesn't belong to the talented, the gifted, or the lucky. It belongs to the relentless. Those who fall 7 times but stand up 8. Those who get knocked down and say, "This is not how my story ends." Every champion you've ever admired was once a person who refused to quit. They faced heartbreak, rejection, disappointment, and defeat. But they didn't stay down. They rose up again and again until the world had no choice but to call them victorious. The truth is, life will test you. It will throw storms your way. You'll question your worth, your purpose, and your future. You'll wonder if it's even worth it to keep going. And that's when you have to dig deeper than ever before. You must find that fire inside you that says, "I will not surrender." When others walk away, keep walking. When doors close, knock again, or build your own. When no one believes in you, believe harder, because every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. The people who win in life are not those who never fail. They're those who never stop trying. They understand that the struggle is part of the story. That pain is the price of progress. That every delay, every disappointment, every defeat is shaping something inside them. Strength, courage, resilience. So when life pushes you down, push back harder. When you're tired, remind yourself why you started. When you feel like giving up, picture the moment you finally win. The moment when every sleepless night, every tear, every sacrifice was worth it. You may not be there yet, but you're closer than you think. Don't let temporary pain make you forget your permanent purpose. Don't let fear silence your faith. Don't let defeat convince you it's over. Because it's not over until you win. Your dreams are waiting on the other side of persistence. The world needs your courage, your story, your light. You've come too far to quit now. Every second you fight, you grow stronger. Every obstacle you face, you grow wiser. And every failure you rise from, you grow closer to victory. So keep going, keep fighting, keep believing. Don't let the world write your ending. You decide when it's over, and it's not over until you win. Because the one who keeps going, even when the odds are against them, is the one who changes everything. You may be tired, you may be wounded, but you are not finished. You are still breathing. You are still standing. And as long as there's breath in your lungs, there's hope in your heart. The finish line isn't behind you. It's waiting up ahead, just beyond the pain, just beyond the fear, just beyond the moment you almost gave up. So rise up, wipe your tears, straighten your back. Tell the world, I'm not done yet. Because when your spirit refuses to quit, no defeat can define you. When your heart refuses to stop, no failure can hold you. When your faith burns brighter than your fear, no obstacle can break you. You were not created to live in defeat. You were created to overcome. And no matter what comes your way, remember this truth. It's not over. It's not finished. It's not done. Pain. It's something we all try to avoid. No one wants to hurt. No one wants to struggle. And no one wants to walk through the fire of life's challenges. But the truth is, pain is not your enemy. Pain is your greatest teacher. It's the force that refines you, strengthens you, and pushes you toward the version of yourself that you were always meant to become. When life hurts, it's easy to ask, why me? It's easy to feel like you're being punished, like the universe is unfair, like the world has turned its back on you. But in those very moments of breaking, something powerful is happening within you. Every time you face pain and refuse to bow to it, you grow stronger. Every time you endure another storm and keep standing, you prove to yourself that you are built for more than you ever imagined. Strength isn't built in comfort. It's built in the fire. You don't discover who you are when everything's going right. You discover it when everything's falling apart, when the doors close, when the phone doesn't ring, when the results don't show. That's when your real power begins to rise. The pain you feel today is forging the strength you'll need tomorrow. It's preparing you for the victory that hasn't yet arrived. Every scar has a story, and every wound carries wisdom. You cannot rise to greatness without first walking through seasons of struggle. Look at every person who has achieved something remarkable. They've faced rejection, failure, doubt, and disappointment. But instead of letting the pain destroy them, they used it as fuel. They turned it into purpose. They decided that the pain would not define them, but rather refine them. The world often tells you to avoid pain, to take the easy path, to look for shortcuts. But every shortcut will rob you of the strength that only comes from the climb. If you want to stand tall, if you want to achieve something lasting, you must be willing to endure what others run from. The path to greatness is steep, rugged, and lonely, but those who endure the climb reach heights that comfort will never know. Pain builds strength because it reveals your capacity. It shows you what you're made of. When everything is stripped away, when your plans fail, when your friends leave, when your heart breaks, what remains is the real you. And that version of you is unstoppable. The version that has been through storms, through nights of doubt, through seasons of silence. That version of you is powerful beyond measure. You may not see it now, but one day you'll look back at what broke you and realize it also built you. The pain you're enduring today is shaping the courage you'll need to handle your victory. Every tear, every loss, every delay, it's preparing you to carry the weight of your destiny. Because winning isn't just about achieving something, it's about becoming someone unshakable. Someone resilient, someone who can face the worst and still rise. There are moments when you'll feel like giving up, when the pain becomes too much, when the road feels endless, when hope seems distant. But those are the exact moments when you must hold on tighter, because breakthroughs are born in moments of breaking. Just when it hurts the most, that's when growth begins. Just when you think it's over, that's when your strength is being tested the most. And if you endure that test, you'll emerge stronger than ever before. Life isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to develop you. The trials you face are not walls to keep you out. They are mountains designed to help you climb higher. You may be tired, but don't stop. You may be hurting, but don't quit. Because every ounce of pain is adding power to your soul. Every challenge you face is sharpening your mind and strengthening your heart. You have to understand, strength doesn't come from what you can do easily. It comes from the things you once thought you couldn't do, but did anyway. It comes from the nights you cried yourself to sleep, but woke up stronger. It comes from the battles you fought in silence that no one saw but God. It comes from the moments you wanted to give up, but chose to keep going. When you walk through pain with faith, it transforms you. It teaches you compassion, patience, and perseverance. It gives you depth, wisdom, and courage. And someday, you'll use that pain to lift others who are hurting. You'll inspire them because you'll know exactly what it feels like to fall and rise again. So don't curse the pain. Embrace it. It's molding you into something unbreakable. The very thing that's hurting you right now may become the reason for your future strength. The darkness you're walking through might be preparing you for a light greater than you can imagine. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified by fire. Trees grow stronger in storms. And you are being strengthened by everything you're going through. Pain is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your strength. You might feel weak today, but that's because you're in the process of growing stronger. You might feel lost, but that's because you're learning to find your own way. You might feel broken, but that's because your soul is rebuilding itself into something more powerful. So don't hide from the pain. Don't run from the hard times. Don't wish them away. Walk through them with courage. Face them with faith. Trust that every struggle is shaping you into a warrior, one who can face anything and still rise victorious. One day, you'll look back and realize that the pain didn't break you. It built you. You'll realize that the strength you now have was born from the moments you thought you couldn't go on. And when you finally win, when you finally stand on the other side of that struggle, you'll understand that every tear, every setback, every sleepless night had a purpose, because pain doesn't just build strength. It builds character. It builds faith. It builds champions. So keep going, even when it hurts. Keep believing, even when it's dark. Keep fighting, even when you're tired, because every step you take through the fire brings you closer to the victory waiting on the other side. And when that day comes, when you finally rise from the ashes, stronger, wiser, and unshakable, you'll look back and say with conviction, there are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart. Moments when your effort goes unseen, when your progress feels invisible, and when your heart whispers, maybe it's not meant to be. But that voice is lying, because the truth is, persistence defines victory. Success doesn't come to the strongest, or the fastest, or even the smartest. It comes to the one who refuses to quit. You see, every champion, every legend, every person who has ever achieved greatness has one thing in common: persistence. The willingness to keep moving forward when everything inside of them screamed to stop. Persistence is not about speed, it's about endurance. It's the quiet strength that keeps you walking when your legs are heavy, when your mind is tired, and when your heart is uncertain. It's the fire that refuses to go out even in the storm. The truth is, success rarely happens overnight. Behind every victory is a story of struggle, failure, rejection, and endless perseverance. It's the unseen battles that shape the winner. The countless hours of practice, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices nobody applauds. That's where true champions are made. Everyone wants the glory, but few are willing to endure the grind. Persistence is what separates dreamers from achievers. There will be times when you'll want to give up, when you'll question why you even started. You'll look around and see others succeeding faster, living easier, moving ahead, and you'll start to doubt yourself. But remember this: the journey to greatness is not a race, it's a test. Life is not asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to be persistent. Because the one who keeps going, despite the delay, despite the disappointment, despite the pain, That's the one who wins. Every failure you face is not a dead end, it's a detour toward wisdom. Every rejection is not a sign to quit, it's a sign to refine. Every delay is not denial, it's preparation. The problem is, most people stop before they see what their persistence could have created. They give up at the edge of breakthrough. But if you could see how close you are to your victory, you would never quit again. Think about it. A single moment of persistence can change everything. One more call, one more step, one more attempt, one more prayer. The difference between those who make it and those who don't often comes down to one more try. Persistence is not glamorous, it's not easy, and it's not always exciting, but it's powerful. It's the quiet force that turns impossible into inevitable. You have to understand that life is not fair. It's not supposed to be. Life doesn't owe you success, comfort, or ease, but it does offer you opportunity. And persistence is the key that unlocks it. When you refuse to quit, when you choose to keep pushing through the pain, life eventually has to give in. Because no force is stronger than a heart that refuses to stop beating for its purpose. There will be moments when you'll fail publicly, when you'll make mistakes, when people will laugh, doubt, or walk away. Let them. You're not living for their approval. You're living for your purpose. Persistence means staying focused on your vision even when the world doesn't see it yet. It means having the courage to look failure in the face and say, "You will not define me. You may fall, but you are not finished. You may stumble, but you are not broken. You may lose, but you are not defeated." Because defeat is not when you fall. Defeat is when you stop trying. Winners fall too, but they rise one more time than they fall. And that one more time makes all the difference. If you want to live a life of impact, if you want to make your dreams reality, you must commit to the long game. Don't just show up when it's easy. Show up when it's hard. Show up when it hurts. Show up when no one is watching. The reward always comes to those who endure the longest, not those who start the fastest. Persistence teaches you discipline. It strengthens your character. It sharpens your focus. It builds your faith. When you keep showing up, even when you're tired, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. You prove that you can be trusted with success because you were faithful in the struggle. There's a seed of greatness inside you, but it needs time, pressure, and perseverance to grow. Every challenge you face is shaping that greatness. Every obstacle is building your story. Don't curse the struggle, embrace it. The road is supposed to be tough because easy roads never lead to great destinations. Look at the mountains you've already climbed, the battles you've already survived. You've come too far to quit now. The pain you're feeling is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're growing. You are being prepared for something bigger, stronger, greater. And that preparation only happens through persistence. So, when life gets hard, and it will, remember why you started. Remember the dream that once lit a fire in your soul. Remember the people counting on you, the future waiting for you, the purpose planted in your heart. Don't let temporary pain make you forget your permanent purpose. You are stronger than the storm. You are greater than your struggle. You are built for more than giving up. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Keep showing up, because your persistence will pay off. One day, you'll look back and realize that every tear, every trial, and every test was worth it. You'll see that your persistence didn't just help you win. It changed who you became along the way. So no matter how hard it gets, keep going. When it hurts, keep going. When you're tired, keep going. When it feels impossible, keep going, because persistence defines victory. And as long as you don't quit, you're still in the game. You may not have won yet, but it's not over. Keep moving forward, because the story isn't finished until you win. Faith fuels the fight. It's the invisible power that keeps you moving when everything around you tells you to stop. It's the voice inside your heart that whispers, keep going, when your mind screams, give up. Faith is not about having everything figured out. It's about believing that somehow everything will work out. When life breaks you, when plans collapse, when people disappoint you, faith becomes the anchor that keeps you from drifting into despair. You can lose many things in life, money, friends, opportunities, but never lose faith, because faith is what holds you together when everything else falls apart. It gives you the courage to take another step, even when the path ahead is dark. Faith is not blind optimism. It's the quiet confidence that your pain has a purpose. It's trusting that your delay is not your denial. It's knowing that even though today hurts, tomorrow holds healing. Faith says, I can't see it yet, but I know something good is coming. It's that inner fire that refuses to be extinguished by fear or failure. When you have faith, every defeat becomes a lesson, not a loss. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every ending becomes a new beginning. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. Because faith doesn't remove the struggle, it strengthens you for the struggle. It turns obstacles into opportunities and tests into testimonies. The greatest battles in life are not fought on the outside. They are fought within. The battle between doubt and belief, between fear and courage, between quitting and continuing. And faith is the weapon that wins that war. You may be exhausted, heartbroken, or lost right now, but faith reminds you that this is not the end. You are still in the process of becoming who you were meant to be. Faith fuels your resilience. It reminds you that the same storm that tries to drown you can also teach you how to swim. It's the light that keeps shining even when everything else goes dark. It tells you to rise one more time, try one more time, believe one more time. Because faith doesn't require proof, it requires persistence. Every great victory began with someone who refused to stop believing. When everyone else said it was impossible, they said, watch me. They walked through the fire, not because they didn't feel fear, but because their faith was greater than their fear. They understood that the pain they were enduring was preparing them for the promise that awaited them. When faith lives in your heart, failure doesn't have the final say. You learn to see beyond your circumstances and into your destiny. You understand that the struggle is temporary, but the strength it builds is eternal. You stop measuring your progress by how far you've gone and start measuring it by how much you've grown. Sometimes faith is quiet. It doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a whisper saying, I will try again tomorrow. Sometimes it's a single tear followed by the decision to keep going. Sometimes it's standing alone, misunderstood, and still choosing to move forward. Faith doesn't always look strong, but it always endures. And when life pushes you to the edge, faith teaches you to spread your wings. It tells you that you are not finished yet, that you still have something left inside you. It reminds you that miracles don't happen when you give up. They happen when you refuse to. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And faith chooses to respond with courage, not fear. The journey of life is filled with uncertainty. There will be moments when you question everything, your purpose, your direction, even yourself. But faith doesn't need to see the whole staircase. It just needs to take the first step. It's trusting that the same God who got you through yesterday will guide you through today. It's believing that every closed door is redirecting you towards something greater. You will face setbacks, heartbreaks, and disappointments. People will walk away. Plans will fall apart. But as long as faith remains alive in you, you are unstoppable. Faith turns your pain into purpose, your wounds into wisdom, and your losses into lessons. It transforms you from a victim of your circumstances into a victor over them. Faith doesn't mean you won't cry, stumble, or fall. It means you'll get back up every single time. Because faith knows that your current chapter doesn't define your entire story. You may be broken now, but you won't stay that way. You may be in a valley, but you're not meant to live there. You're meant to rise from it. The moment you stop believing is the moment you stop growing. But the moment you choose faith again, even after disappointment, something powerful happens inside you. You ignite a fire that no failure can extinguish. You build an unshakable foundation that no storm can destroy. Faith is your greatest strength, your greatest ally, your greatest power. It reminds you that every ending carries the seed of a new beginning. That your tears are not wasted. They're watering the soil of your future. That the pain you feel now is shaping the strength you'll need later. So keep the faith even when the path is unclear. Keep the faith when the night is long and the answers are far away. Keep the faith when no one else believes in you, because faith doesn't depend on circumstances, it depends on your conviction. And as long as you have faith, you are never truly defeated. You are stronger than the storm you're facing. You are braver than the fear that tries to hold you back. You are greater than the obstacles in your way. And every time you choose faith over fear, you take one step closer to victory. So when you feel like giving up, remember this: faith got you this far, and it will take you further. You don't need to know how it will happen. Just believe that it will. The same power that woke you up today is the same power that can lift you beyond your limits. You've come too far to quit now. Your story is not over. It's still being written. Hold on, stay strong, and believe with everything in you that your breakthrough is coming, because it will. And when that moment comes, when your faith turns into victory, you'll look back and realize it was never luck. It was belief. It was the power inside you that refused to let go. It was faith that fueled the fight.